Welcome, everyone. I'm Tracy Evans of Dreamwinds Equine-Assisted Learning Center, and I'm excited to have you join us for another Equine-Assisted Learning Spotlight, where I get to showcase the wonderful work of our graduates and what the programs that they're bringing into their community. Today, I'm really excited to be here with Shelley Trumbly. Shelley is of Solid Ground Equine-Assisted Services out in Oregon. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Shelley. Thanks for
Good
joining us.
afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am in Klamath Falls, Oregon, so that's Southern Oregon. I have founded and am the executive director of Solid Ground, and we were founded in 2016. So this is our 10th year.
Wow.
And my background is nursing. I'm also a nurse and a qualified mental health professional. But I've grown up with horses my entire life and lived in Klamath my entire life.
Oh, amazing. So are you a nonprofit or a for-profit organization?
We're a nonprofit.
Oh, excellent. All right then. So tell me a little bit about life before your certification. What did it look like? What first drew you to this work?
What drew me was like I said, I grew up riding and training and showing horses. And so I knew that horses were very impactful, but I really knew nothing of the therapeutic role or the equine assisted learning. This was all new to me, even though I had been in the industry for so many years. And I had a friend whose horse was at a therapeutic center, and she asked and the horse was ready to retire, so she asked if it could come here. And that was when I first learned about it and started doing a little digging. And I think what drew me to the equine assisted learning was just how powerful it was. I loved that it was ground work. So it was like a connection, the life skills. It was combining everything you need in life with the horses and the amazing work that they can do. So it didn't take much to draw me, but I love how it was set up, how it was structured, how you could be a bit creative within that structure as well, but I just knew this was something we had to do out here. So,
Good.
like I said, we were founded in 2016. We were all volunteers for years and years. I would say the first 5 years, everyone was a volunteer. The certification kind of was the catalyst, I guess, in implementing this as a bigger, like I think initially we were all working full time and then incorporating this. I think with the certification, it gave the confidence and the courage to really see this as a business or not so much for the income, but for the impact. And so it was something that we needed to do at a level where we couldn't really do it just on the side and seasonally. So I think it was the turning point for us, really, the certification. We had a donor step up and pay for the certification, and it was one of our very first certifications that we had. We're a PATH member center, but our EAL program is specifically through this path, and I think it's one of the best ones out
Oh,
there.
fantastic. I would have to agree with you. I really do
Yeah,
think, and that's certainly what we aim to do is help you take your hobby to professional, make it
yeah.
professional, make it impactful and have the reach and impact that you want to have. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
It was truly a business in a box. Like when I went to the certification, you come home with everything you need to plug in, and then also the networking. And now that it's been so many years after, it's still there. The networking is still there. The support is still there. So can't say enough about that program.
Wonderful. So when you think of some of the programs that you've run, can you think of a favorite memory where you really saw the impact of the work that you're doing?
There was a couple, and I think sometimes these things take place without you knowing.
Right.
I found out actually we were doing a video to play at our dinner, and we were doing some interviews. That's how I found out. I didn't know any other way, but we work with the Klamath tribe is a tribal membership in our area. And so very stoic, very not a lot, they don't tell you a lot of deep personal things. There was we did a group with them, an EAL, and they came out, and one of their members was being interviewed at the dinner. And unbeknownst to us, when this group came out, there had been a family feud going on that had been decades. They hadn't spoke, they hadn't when they came out through the course of this activity, they healed those relationships. And we didn't know until he said that. And that was probably the most powerful. I mean, there's so many stories, but that really stood out to me because I mean, that's decades long of within families, and yet the horse, the activity, the unity, it just brought that back together. And the other one, I mean, there's many, but even when I went to my training and we got to participate, we got to be the instructors, if you will, facilitators, I guess. There was a gentleman there and his wife gave permission to share, but there was a gentleman there and I just happened to be the facilitator of this group. And they did amazing. There was nothing that stood out to me that showed any kind of difficult conversation. But at the end of the time, his wife came the next day and said that he went home and broke down in tears because he goes, I didn't know I was that difficult to communicate with. That didn't show. So the things that take place on the inside of a person through this work is what is incredible. And it's everybody at a different place in life. The same activity can have a different impact on each person. So that was really powerful to me. But I mean, we have just tons of stories like
Oh, I
that.
believe it. And it's truly life-changing. When I talk to people about some of the things that we've done here as well, and I say that word life-changing, I always think, oh, they probably think I just throw that out, oh, it's life-changing. But when you think about decades-old feuds coming to an end and people, uniting in a different way when they come and connect in our programs, it's magical. And I'm sure you would have a long list of successes in that regard as well. That's amazing. Great story. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Looking ahead, what are you most excited about building? What are some of the programs you've got coming up?
Well, I'm going to be honest, what I'm most excited about is this actual program, but I want to say it kind of took me through a journey, which I think is important because other people may go through this. But when I came to the certification, we were so new. I didn't know what I didn't know. So you come and you learn, but you really don't know what else you need. You don't know the questions. Yes, you have the tools and you have the support, but there's so much more. And so I think for us, because everything was from scratch, everything was brand new. We were just opening a center. We had nothing. We started from nothing. We had a pasture. And so it took so many years. Oh, and then the pandemic. And so that was like right in the middle of everything taking off. And so there was just some challenges to overcome. And I feel like it delayed us actually jumping in and really making this what it could be. And so we did a lot of things. We have the writing program, we have a mental health program, all these things. And so I feel like the EAL, for whatever reason, kind of got put on the back burner for a little bit. We always did it. We did it as a team building, or we did it as a one day. But it was probably one of my favorite programs. And I couldn't figure out I was hitting a wall. I couldn't figure out why it was hard for me to train the staff and why they weren't really understanding. I thought I just am not explaining it right. So I actually reached out to you guys a few months ago because I said I really want this program to be successful. I don't know if I should try to do a certification out here, if I should try to send people from a cost perspective.
Mhm.
It's quite a bit if we wanted to do one here. I could maybe send one person. Anyway, through a roundabout way, I kind of connected with one of our volunteers. And I was just mentioning this work at our appreciation, and it really resonated with her. And all along, I thought she would be perfect to come and help me with this. But she works full time, and she told me, this just wasn't the season to take on a different job. So I didn't even approach her. Well, after the appreciation, she reached out and she goes, every time you talk about this program, I feel like this is something I would really love and enjoy. So we recently got a grant to provide, I believe it's 12 6-week sessions for individuals in our community. And I just needed someone to kind of take charge because I have so many other things on my plate. So she kind of stepped into this, and we've been just going through the book. And developing, what 6 exercises we want to do for each class. Oh my gosh, it is like, this is going to be amazing. I feel like this is finally what we have wanted to do. I love that it's life skills. I love that it works in so many things, emotional regulation, like just confidence, trust, so many things. And this will be a series, so this will kind of be the first time that we've really ventured into making it an actual program, having utilizing the curriculum in the way that it's supposed to be. Like, we don't always set up the courses to look all beautiful with the flowers and things, but this time we are. Like, I feel like we're actually going to jump in and make this a very cool program. So that's what I'm most excited about. I really love the way it's structured. I love the way it's set up. I think from an organizational standpoint too, financially, a riding program is expensive and you've got to have the certified instructors. Whereas when you're
And
focusing
so
on
many
things that are,
horses.
yeah, and we can use horses that are older and maybe they're not riding sound, but they're great for what we do. So that's great from an organization standpoint, from a training standpoint. And so I love, I just think it's more sustainable. I think it's something that you really connect with the horse when you're on the ground level with the horse. So I think that's where a lot of the healing takes place, even though, yes, there's a lot of good that comes from riding. But anyway, that program with that grant funding, we're able to reach out to community partners such as we have some here called Friends of the Children. We have Citizens for Safe Schools. These are mentor programs. So they're going to come out, mentor, mentee, and they're going to work with their kids. We have the Department of Health that they're working on trying to keep kids in school we have, I guess there's a big smoking problem in school that's keeping them out of school. So this will be kind of a rewards program for them. Lots of different community partners are going to utilize this. This is going to be this kind of program can be a standalone program. Like you wouldn't need anything else.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's, yeah,
And
I'm
think of
super
how many
excited.
people you'll reach through that grant. That's
Yeah.
incredible. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
and I love that with the EAL too. I love the group. It's a small group, but it's the group aspect. One, you're serving more, but two, like especially like-minded. If there's maybe it's a trauma or whatever the situation is, it's kind of like a support
Yeah,
system as well. But yet they're working through these challenges with the horse together. So I just it's more impactful than even one-on-one. So
absolutely. And then you have that group aspect where they're practicing their skills, not just with the horse, but also with the people they're with. So communication, leadership, teamwork, all of those things come to play because they're not in it alone. They're actually
yeah,
real time doing it, and the horse is responding the whole time, which is what I love. And the scalability of it. I think people often don't think about, to your point about a riding school, think of how many horses you have to have. You can have one rider per horse, and you can have
yep,
only so many in the arena. And certainly with, when I do corporate teams here, I can do up to 30 people. Like I can have
yeah,
40 people in my arena, and I only need 5 or 6 horses to do that effectively. And it just becomes possible. It just becomes
yeah.
possible as a business model for sure.
I
What?
would love to learn more about that. We've done a lot of corporate trainings, and we've been doing them in the small groups, kind of
Right.
the only way I can wrap my mind around. But they want to come bigger groups. They want to come 20 and 30. So that's kind of a goal is to figure out how you do that, and
Well, I
then what
can
does
help
that
you with
look like?
that.
Okay,
Let's schedule a
awesome.
time. I'm happy to help you with that.
That'd
Absolutely.
be amazing.
Yeah, it's
We've
easier
been
than
doing
you
them, but is
think.
it okay?
Yeah.
Good. I'm super excited. I feel like that's our main thing. Our other main thing, we've been working on getting a covered arena since we started, and we still don't have one. So it's supposed to be built, at least the cover. We want like a fully enclosed, but that'll be probably a couple more years. It's supposed to be completed by June. So we did get a anonymous donor come forward and help us with the majority of that.
Wow.
And so that'll be a game changer as well, just because we do get all weather. We do
Right.
get winter. We do, the sun's intense. So that we have 2 arenas. We will have a cover over one and then one's outdoors. So that will be a big deal because we can do EAL while we're doing other programs as
Right.
well
And
for now.
you don't have to reschedule for weather, which will be really important, especially as you
Yeah.
get into corporate. That's
Yeah.
been one of the challenges for me is when I build my businesses, I have to build that arena right away because I can't reschedule a corporate team for rain. So-
Yeah. Yeah. It's been, I somehow we did it, but when you look back and you realize every little thing that we were so excited just to get a cover over our wash rack at one point because it was the one place we had to groom and get out of the sun. But so yeah, we have a barn, but I mean, it's not, you can do some activities in the barn, but not too many. So those
Well,
are our two main things that we're super excited about.
wonderful. Well, it sounds like it's all coming together for you this year. It's going to be a great one
Yeah.
for you. I'm very excited for you. So
Thank you.
tell us how people can learn about your programs and get in touch with you.
We have a website. It's solidgroundkf.org. So KF as in Klamath Falls. And then Facebook. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Um, that's our main, yeah, that's our main.
And I'll have that. I'm going to ask you to provide that to me after, and we'll make sure there's a slide right after this video sharing all of your contact information. That's great.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Shelley. It was so great to catch up with you and hear about your wonderful programs. And I wish you every success as you move into 2026 full steam ahead. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.